If you're a parent, chances are you've heard this phrase, I don't want to go to X anymore. Hockey, swimming, ballet, whatever it is, sometimes an activity can fall out of favor for no apparent reason. And when that happens, it's tough to know how to respond. Parenting Power expert Julie Freedman Smith is here this morning to walk us through what to do when kids can't commit, won't commit, whatever it happens to be. And is this normal? Like, do kids normally go through this type of thing?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay.
I think we do too. I think adults do too. It's just that kids have a lot less say in things, and we plan their lives, and then they don't like it all of a sudden and they want out.
Yeah.
So it's not abnormal to see that happening.
Okay. And what do you do? Because if you have someone who is really gung-ho, I want to play hockey, or I want to swim, or I want to ski, or whatever it happens to be, and then all of a sudden 3 weeks into it, they're like, I'm out. I don't like it.
Right. So when we're making that commitment, and I mean, if you're already there are ways of getting out of it, but as we're registering our kids for things, we need to have a talk about, in our family, our belief is that when we register for this, we stick it out for X.
Okay.
Okay. Now, if you're paying for the whole year, you may say you're sticking it out for the year, and we'll make a decision next summer. But some length of time, we want to let them know that in advance. If we haven't done that, then if a child comes to you and says, I want to quit, you don't have to immediately have an answer, yes or no. You can say, actually, we need to think about this as a family. We're not sure what our family position is on this. And then come back. Don't give in right away, because it might have been that someone pulled their hair that day, or that they couldn't do the flip that they were supposed to do. Exactly, or the coach was in a bad mood and yelled.
Okay.
So you can ask them, sounds like you're having some trouble. Help me to understand how we could fix that problem. I need to talk to mom, and we need to figure this out, and we'll get back to you in a couple of weeks and see how it's going. So that gives you a bit of a breather. And then make a decision about what it is you're going to do, how you're going to go forward with that. Some families are fine with a child, you know, I don't want to get up at 6 in the morning, forget it, we're not doing hockey.
Okay.
Other families say, we made the commitment, we've paid the money, he's doing it.
Yeah.
So every family has to decide for themselves, and then you come back to the child and you say, here's what we've decided. Now, how do we help you get through that? Okay,
okay. And when it comes to, say, you do go down the road and you have to apply consequences to something like that, how do you go about doing that?
Well, if a child is going to leave and you've decided it's the best thing overall, perhaps the child contributes to the finances. So if you spent X dollars on it, perhaps they pay you a portion of that so that they feel it there. The child needs to consider the team. So if this is a team sport, when's the best time for that child to leave? Because if a big game is coming up, do they leave now, or do they stick it out and in the break they leave? And the child needs to take the responsibility to tell the coaches and to tell the team. So this is not, oh, sweetie, you've decided not to do this, I'll come in and save you. This is, if this is your decision, there are consequences that follow.
You need to stand up in the hockey dressing room and say, look, guys, I'm off the team, I'm not going to do it anymore. That type of thing.
Yes.
That'd be tough.
It is tough, but
tough,
life is tough, right? Every decision you make has consequences. And this is a good one, because we as parents don't have to be the bad guy with the consequences. The child's making the decision, the child needs to face it, and we can stand back. Now, the long-term consequence is that the next time the child comes to you and says, I want to do lacrosse, you say, well, let's look at the cost. What's going to happen? You know, my expectation is that you're going to stay in it until the end of the year, and so then you make a new change moving forward with what you know.
What's your take on, because a lot of skills and stuff that are taught in sports like, say, hockey or skiing or figure skating, that type of thing, you build on, obviously, from season to season. What about the child that goes from one sport, says, okay, I don't want that anymore, next sport, next sport, next sport, and flips every year? Right.
Well, so part of it is, if it's happening to you every year, you're not learning as a parent either. You need to make a decision and help. And maybe that means that you do 8-week programs until the child finds something they really love.
Okay.
Part of it is coming back to your values. Why is the child doing that activity? Is it for health? Could they be doing health by running around in the backyard instead? Could you be going as a family to do it? Do we need somebody to be teaching our kids to do that? Is it because you want them in a team sport? If so, help them find ways that they can be in a team, or is there something at school they can do? Come back to your values, because that's going to help you to make the decisions that you can then lay down the groundwork so they won't be flipping all the time. And if you don't care if they're flipping all the time, find little short-term things they can do and let them explore the world while they've got the time.
All right, good stuff. Julie, thank you for coming in. Julie Freedman Smith. If people want to get a hold of you, find out more information, how can they do that?
Parentingpower.ca.
.ca. Parentingpower, one word, .ca. Good stuff. Okay, we're going to